What's up, everybody? And yes, you did read the title correctly. All of our cars have unfortunately somehow broken. Starting off with what's wrong with the Subaru, it's been overheating for the past few days. I replaced the thermostat and did a coolant flush on it, and it's still overheating. Due to a block test, the head gaskets are still good, so that's what's good with that, thankfully. But the car keeps overheating, and I'm praying it gets to the shop on time. I have my access port so I can monitor, but hopefully we can get there on time before it overheats again. Okay, we almost made it. We're down the street from the shop. Car started to get pretty hot. We're just letting it cool down right now. I pulled over as soon as it hit 198 because I knew it was going to overheat. And I don't know. I think it's the radiator because I really hope it's not the water pump. I replaced the thermostat, but that's all I could think of. So we were able to make it to the shop with the Subaru. It finally got there right as it was overheating, but we're waiting for them to tell me exactly what's wrong with it right now. But in the meantime, coming over to the G35. So I know I talked about this car being pretty reliable in the past few videos. I'm currently at 155,000 miles, so it's still pretty high up there in the mileage. But as you can see right here, the slip, VDC, and ABS light are on. So from what I've been told, that just means I need to get an alignment because I did just put 4 tires on this car like yesterday. So hopefully that fixes the issue, but other than that, the car still runs and drives pretty good. And then the other main issue of this car is recently their air conditioning has gone out. It's not cold anymore, so I have to check that and see exactly why it's not being cold. But, I mean, the car itself is still really reliable. You know, performance is still there, everything is still good with the fluids and no smoke, so that's still good. I still recommend buying one of these. Just know, I guess around this mileage, AC and all that starts to go out, but again, no big deal. So a little update, this is the next day. I got the Subaru back from the shop last night. I don't know what is going on with this car. I mean, I just did the thermostat. I did, as of now, 3 coolant flushes, and it is still overheating. I'm not sure why. I left it with the shop because he drove it around for 6 hours, and that was of 2 days. Could not get it to overheat, so finally we rode together. We saw it was overheating, but we couldn't replicate it as high as it was getting. The second I take off to go home, it starts to really overheat, and now the car's kind of running pretty rough, so I don't know what's going on with this car. I'm assuming it might be either the fans or at this point the water pump. It just doesn't make sense to me. A little bit of a positive note is I can still drive it with, if I turn the AC on, it'll kick on the fans, so it will cool down, but it still shouldn't be overheating like that, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'm going to drive it around right now and keep you updated. Well, as you can see, like I said, car overheated. I just pulled over. Temperature, hold on, got super hot. It was at almost 240 earlier, so I genuinely don't know what to do. I mean, the thermostat's been replaced with an OEM Subaru one. I mean, the fans are working, everything seems to be working, and I don't have any leaks, so I cannot figure this out, and neither can the shop. Alright guys, so here's a little bit of an update. This video has taken me like a week, honestly, just because of all the issues this car has been giving me. Now, on the bright side, we did fix the coolant issue. Turns out what was happening is it was a radiator that was bad. The reason we couldn't figure it out was because we'd put coolant in it, and then after about 5 minutes of driving, it would all puke out of the bottom as we were driving, so the car would be fine for a while, and then when I got on my way home, that's when it would start overheating because the car had no coolant in it, so it was a little bit of a sneaky thing there. Brand new OEM Subaru radiator, so that's good, but we're not out of the woods yet. This car is not overheating anymore, but the other day I noticed right when we fixed it, it started sputtering really bad, and my dam right there, yeah, you get the point, has dropped from 1 to 750, so that's not really that good, and the car's running kind of rough at high RPMs. It's cutting the power and the boost, so I don't know what's going on this time. So we're going to drive it and see what happens. I just did the idle relearn. Hopefully this fixes it. Okay guys, so a little update with the Subaru. As you can tell by my much better mood, the car is actually finally fixed and running great. As you could see by the access port, everything is back to normal. So I am super thankful for that. I was done with the headaches with this car, so little update as to what happened. Instead of taking it back to that shop, I should have done this earlier. I took it to the actual Subaru dealership, and a little bit of money later, I had them diagnose it. And pretty much, long story short, there are a few issues with the engine that weren't exactly disclosed to me when I bought the car. Nothing critical, thankfully. I'm so thankful for that. One of the turbo inlet bolts is stripped, so it is an OEM brand new turbo, so that's the good thing. It's just if that's super frustrating. But other than that, it's mainly just little things, and they did a throttle body clean on the car because it was extremely dirty. I mean, extremely dirty. I don't know how it got that bad, but thankfully it's clean. That relearn really helped me out, so now the car is doing just fine, not overheating. I'm done with this car having issues right now, and I cannot wait to get back to driving it, so thankfully that's all taken care of now. Okay, so now that we have one car fixed, I know how to fix the G35, but remember I said that all of our cars are broken. So that being said, now I'm done talking about mine, we're gonna get Matt to talk about his car. Okay, so we're here with Matt, and he's gonna explain what happened to his Q50.
So my Infiniti does not like to sit for more than, I'd say, 3 days. And I turned it on, and damn dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree. Every light that could turn on was on. It was ridiculous. Turns out it was just a misfire. I guess some carbon buildup right on one of the injectors. Just needed to be driven for a little bit, but everything else stayed on. So a lot of electrical stuff. Damn car's gonna beat the death of me. But she's fixed. She's driving fine. She's acting fine. It's just a big pain in the ass. She's been living in the shop non-stop.
It's been a great time. So with that being said, everybody, it looks like all of our cars are on the road getting fixed, so that's good. Now we can get back to focusing on modifying them and taking them on more trips, so that's nice and good, so we can make more content. If you did enjoy this video and you want to help us out, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Trust me, it helps out a lot, and it does mean a lot to us. We are going to be making a lot more content for you all, especially on these two cars when we fix them, and we'll see you all in the next one.